Here is my Mandalorian and Grogu movie review. Here we go. Hi, it's Jeff again, and it's interesting doing these videos because I look at the monitor and I'm just questioning a lot of decisions I made in my life, just eating and just weird. Anyway, last night I went to go see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And it's been a long time since there's been a Star Wars movie. And I'm going to try and do this just off the cuff. So we'll see how it goes. I saw it in IMAX, which is kind of sort of like 70 millimeter back in the day, but different. And it just one little grump because I'm old is the seat didn't prop your feet up, and I was kind of grumbling about that. Anyway, so it was nice to see a Star Wars movie on the big screen again. It's been a long time, and just off the top, just a couple of things. It was, I think they've ran out of monster ideas. I think they decided give us all the monster drawings in the Lucasfilm archives and we're going to use them because there was a lot of monsters, man, just creatures and monsters and wow. Anyway, and there was a to me it was nice to see Sigourney Weaver, Dave Filoni, all the different types of people. The gentleman that plays Appa in Kim's Convenience, he's just really cool. I saw him at the Galaxy Con in Raleigh, and he's just a wonderful fellow. And anyhow, so there was really cool moments to actually see a X-wing on the screen and hear the X-wing sound, see Y-wings again. So I think there was some tip of the hat to the old school Star Wars fan, and I really appreciated that. There were also a lot of tip of the hats to other movies, other Star Wars situations. Like I was getting a lot of kind of Ewok Battle on Endor vibes here and there. I was also getting some Joel and Ellie Last of Us Part 2 vibes from the movie. And it definitely was like we don't want things to happen like happened to Boba Fett where he died, quote unquote, and then they brought him back, but then it took this kind of left turn into he was a virile, caring thing and not really a tough character. They really wanted to make Mando tough, really tough. And I guess to kind of offset the father caring figure. I mean, probably. Anyhow, there was a lot of those types of moments where I said, man, that reminds me of some other, like for instance, that old monster that was cooking the fish and all that. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. But it's after, I mean, it's out. So, I'm not, anyway. But the old monster kind of thing was sitting on his porch and it reminded me of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Weird connection, I know, but I'm telling the truth. And one of the worm creatures reminded me of a worm creature that was in the King Kong movie, the Peter Jackson King Kong movie. So, Peter Jackson, you may want to sue Lucasfilm. You may get some money out of this because it was very, very, very similar. There was a couple of things that kind of took me out. Is I'm old school and I remember the old Jabba the Hutt thing, and just the CG version of it just is not working. They really did a great job with Yoda, but even that, it's just not exactly the same. There's something about having something that looks like a puppet. You expect that, but then you move that over into CG, and it's just it looks cool, but it's not the same. So anyway, there's that. But the whole kid in the fighting ring, it's just not. I don't know, man. They tried. I don't think they succeeded. I mean, it was okay, and I like the character, and I like that kind of story arc, but it kind of took me out. And I know we've seen it before because look, the Disney Plus and the shows and all that, but the little creatures, I can't remember their name. They're like porgs that fix spaceships or something. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, just that the shot of them flying that that ship, it just kind of took me out. I'm like, really? I don't know. I love the beginning portion of the movie. It was kind of like, and it was like a normal, really exciting Mandalorian episode. And then the middle part was okay. There was some, tugging on heartstrings moments, but then there's the end where they wrap it up. And so I like the beginning and the end and some of the middle, but there were certain parts that I just didn't kind of connect to. And, but I think the one thing that I was left with is I have thought of all the different, to be really honest, I didn't know Jon Favreau directed this movie. Swear to God. Leave the comments, light me up. It's fine. But it's just, I didn't know. And so when I got to the end and I saw directed by Jon Favreau, I went, there's so many other Jon Favreau movies that were better. Maybe he was given this kind of marching orders like, look, you got to connect with kids, you got to connect with, moms and aunts and all this, but the guys not fully. I don't know. I don't know what his direction was with this. But a lot of Iron Man, it's a great movie. And then it was obviously a different kind of a take, but I liked The Mandalorian Grogu, even though it's probably one of the longest. It's a long title. I'm out of breath just saying it. But I liked it. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. But I've heard a lot of, kind of scuttlebutt and little things here and there about, rah, rah, rah. And I'm not that. I don't hate it. But it just, given all the great people involved, ILM and everything else, I thought it was going to be better. And it was okay. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's so many really interesting movies that have been greenlit and then not gone with. Like, I can't remember. The director of the first Wonder Woman movie. I'd be interested to see that movie. And that was greenlit and then canceled. So there, I think there was a time when people said, we want something different. We don't want Hero's Journey. We don't want George Lucas. We want something else. And then you got it with Rian Johnson and other things. And then we go, well, we don't want that anymore. It's like people don't know what they want. So anyway, Mandalorian and Grogu, okay. Not the best Star Wars movie that I've seen. But, it's... My good buddy Sean Crosby said it was a good popcorn movie. And I would agree, but I think there's good levels to it. So anyway, if you're a Star Wars fan, Go check it out. If you're a Star Wars fan that's saving money and don't have Disney Plus, I mean, you might want to go check it out. But like I said, beginning, awesome. Middle part, hit and miss. There's a few really good things. And then the end was really good. So that's it. That's my review of The Mandalorian and Grogu. And if you like kind of stories and thoughts like this, please like, subscribe, and share this out to other kind of older people. Star Wars fans, baby. Anyhow, please do that. Until next time, this is Jeff. See ya. Bye.